So this gentleman
Are
yesterday
you with a microphone? Yeah? Remember, this is not about a railway, it's about government corruption, that money being funneled into private corporations who have been in bed with the people that run this country for hundreds of years.
From the tree!
What is this about, Mark? That was the question.
It's not about a train.
It's not about a train.
It's about the government's whole approach to what it funds, what it's happy to destroy. It's respect for human life, it's respect for wildlife. It's not just about this one thing that is this railway. It's not just about stopping that. It's about challenging the government's approach to basically everything it's doing.
This isn't about a railway. This is about a lot more than a railway. A railway is a big part of it, but this isn't just about a railway. And it isn't about whether the railway happens or not. It's about resisting that culture of turning nature into profit, turning land and, the little bit of our, ecological, cultural history that we have left into ultimately a pointless railway.
It's about money. It's about serving the tiny majority of the elites and putting the rest of us in their little boxes.
HS2 is this country's Amazon. They're cutting these trees down at such a rate. I don't understand. We're here at Denham. They're building a haulage road through an ancient forest. 200 yards to the side of me is a golf course. Why does HS2 go round every golf course, yet doesn't miss an ancient forest? There's questions in this.
Every single day there's people living in the woods, making tree houses, building defences, tunnels. I mean, at the end of the day, all of the defences we do nothing. They will take over this forest and they will turn it into rubble. There's nothing that we can do but except for stand and make them pay for it if they're going to happen. If they're going to do it, then we're going to make, if they're going to mess up the squirrels, then they're messing with us and they're going to pay for it, You're living peacefully in the woods, and then a few weeks later you start hearing the actual sounds of destruction, the chainsaws, the all of the machines that just rip the ground and turn it into literally rubble, and it's and then it just makes your blood boil when you think about these animals looking at you this way when they have no idea of the actual destruction that is coming their way.
This is an SSSI around this area, right? There's a lot of history and wildlife around this area. And we know what will happen because we've seen it before. There'll be no proper ecological survey. They might do a bit of digging and find things in terms of archaeological, and they might follow protocol on that. But I guarantee you, and I'm quite happy to have a bet with you on this, once these tree protectors are down and everything's clear, you watch how quickly those chainsaws come out.
In some places HS2 is half a mile wide and it will go over the top of the village, so we will lose businesses, we will lose cottages, we will lose our views of our woodland will all be cut down, we'll lose our memorial woodland, and on the bypass we're having a concrete factory.
You want to talk about patriotism, people want to talk about, these bloody protesters. This is England. These trees are what we have left of our country. Some concrete island in the middle of the sea isn't England. That is not God's green and pleasant land. That is not, our cultural history is as connected to these trees as, our personal activist beliefs are. This is as much our cultural heritage as the pub down the road in Wendover is, or, the museums are in London, or any of these things which document our history.
It's been a really, really intense few months. You just get completely consumed by it. You come down here, and I came down here for 5 days, and that was almost 4 months ago now. It really takes environmental activism and steps it up to a whole new level, especially for in this country, because we kind of so lose sight of the fact that we have frontlines when it comes to ecological destruction. If we can set a precedent and get it into the public eye and cause them enough disruption that if then in the future they're okay, well, we're going to do this other thing that's similar, there's less likelihood of that happening.
Climate emergency was declared last year by our government, by other governments throughout the world, and yet they do this.